local for you. NBC4 Today starts now.
Good morning to you, Central Ohio. So glad that you're starting out this Saturday morning right here with us on NBC4 Today. I'm Hattie Hawks. Meteorologist Liz McGiffin is back today. She danced her way into the studio this morning.
Of course, you already know her. This is our first day together, so I'm going to get to know her a little bit better. And it looks like we're off on the right track.
That was my thought, too. I'm amazed that our dress...
We did not talk before today.
We were both amazed.
No, she was ready. She was like, I am a star. Her name is Star, actually. That's funny.
So she is a star.
She is a star.
The decision is in. We interrupt programming for breaking news. The Big Ten Conference has made it official. Football will return this fall. You know, funny enough, I had a bunny then after that. At my next job, we put her on a leash. She walked around the graveyard. It was great because we live next to a graveyard. Weird times.
Look at the little butt running. So cute. He's so fluffy and he's still so sweet.
Does squeaking mean that he loves me?
Yes, that's a happy sound.
Knew it.
Fire damaged the neighboring house. Right here you can see how smoke has started to actually melt the siding here. We spoke with the woman who lives here. She says that it is okay for her to be inside of the house.
No, we always are going to defy what you think, Matt Barnes. How dare you not think that these fine folks would not show up at 4 in the morning? They're serious. And to be fair, they've waited for this for a long time. They are starting out bright and early. Of course, these guys team up north. OH! And now it's time to be the goalie. Goldberg, the goalie. Are we ready? An extra time to even clean off the car. I mean, obviously, I didn't have to do this morning, but it took Ronnie a really long time. So make sure that you get out, you do that, and you dress in layers. And don't forget your Snuggie if you're traveling anywhere, because you never know what's going to happen, guys.
Hattie.
Wow.
She just said,
Bravo.
see ya.
Bravo.
They shouldn't have sent me out here.
We were first here this morning as we saw crews putting up these gates in order to go around the statue, and then the city just confirming about an hour ago that Christopher Columbus statue will in fact come down today. I got all the information that you need. Keep playing, guys.
Come on, Max.
I'll never get him back.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
That's right,
That is
guys.
good.
Well done.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
He was sick this week, so he had a little booger in his eyeball. But he's feeling better today. Say hi, buddy.
They're focusing a whole lot on the outside of this apartment complex, and primarily this car that you see right here, Ronnie. If you want to zoom on in, you can see that there are bullet holes through the windshield. It looks as if the back of that vehicle may have had that windshield broken.
He basically lit up the room when he walked in just because of his smile and his personality.
In a restaurant at Fort Bragg, Brittany McCall met the man of her dreams, 23-year-old Daniel McCall.
We met just out with friends one night and pretty much spent every day together after that point.
They were married just a few months later. About a year later, Daniel was killed in combat.
They came up, knocked on the door, confirmed who I was multiple times, and then asked if they could come in and talk to me. And the dreadful words of "on behalf of a grateful nation" came out, and I fell to the floor. I was done.
Daniel was one of 3 men killed during an IED explosion. It would be hours before their bodies were recovered and years before Brittany could begin to cope.
And I think a common misconception is there's some cure for grief, and there's not.
Now, more than a decade later, Brittany has found love again. Michael is serving in the Ohio Reserves on a deployment in Iraq.
His support is amazing, whether it's everyday life things that I have going on or the fact of honoring Daniel.
Each day isn't easy, but subtle reminders of her lost love keep her going.
You know, I'm speaking and just this breeze will come in, or even at the governor's wreath laying, you know, the speech was just about something that he left me with, you know, don't stress over what you don't have control over, and it started raining and it just made me kind of giggle because you don't have control over that.
All gave some, Daniel gave all. An ultimate sacrifice of a Gold Star wife.
Another thing to add to the list when it comes to risking their lives to keep us safe. 1 in 10 firefighters on the Columbus Fire Department are battling cancer. Some fought and won, others didn't make it. Today, I introduce you to Rodney Lee. He talked to me about his love for the job and the worries for his family in this week's Fighting 126. 2 years ago, Rodney Lee ran into burning buildings until the battle of his life put him behind this desk.
I felt like that I was where I needed to be.
Rodney Lee enjoyed being a firefighter.
And I felt like I could make a difference in my community.
He worked 5 years with the Air Force and 15 with the Columbus Fire Department.
The way I felt when I was on the truck and when I was doing what I was trained to do, I felt good about it.
After decades of being exposed to chemicals from burning plastic and smoke, doctors diagnosed Lee with bone cancer.
That I was going to fight it with every fiber of my life.
But the fear of what would come would never compare with the fear of what he might miss.
Knowing that I wouldn't be there to see her get married or see her have her children or not see any grandchildren. Those were things that I couldn't control, and that was the hardest thing to try to overcome in my mind.
Talking about the future is tough.
We do talk about what life would be like without me. We talk about, make those plans.
The cancer will never go away, but Rodney Lee manages. He eats well and exercises as much as possible. Still, as he moves forward, he can't help but long for his purpose.
I feel like I should be there. I should be there watching her back and, them watching mine like we did.
Rather than running in behind them, he's walking beside his brothers. Much like his battle with cancer, one step at a time. You can help local heroes battling cancer by donating to the nonprofit Skin Love. That's SKNLUV. It was created by a young firefighter facing terminal cancer. We have that information located on our website, NBC4i.com.